So my business that I started in my basement in 2018 will close out this year doing $8 million in revenue. I wanted to do 10 million. We're 2 million short, but a lot of great things happened this year. I did all of this by just being a regular guy that's never really being a regular guy, just doing these things for the first time. I still feel like I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't wake up at 4 a.m. I don't do cold plunges. I don't juice. I don't eat a healthy diet. I don't exercise as much as I should. Been working on that one, actually. I'm just a dude that continually presses forward and takes the risks and puts in the work to hit the goals that I set for myself. I want this video to kind of show you guys like the way I think and the way I approach situations and the way I solve problems, because it's ultimately how I've been able to double the business year after year after year. We did almost $4 million last year. We're going to do $8 million this year. And I really hope we close out next year doing 16 million. That's going to be a hard number to hit, but I know we can do it. And by using my methodologies and the way I think and the way I process things, I know it's possible because I've done it before. I can do it again. And this year, the goal was $10 million. We didn't hit it, but there was a lot of awesome things that happened this year that I want to share with you guys. So I'm currently wearing my construction clothes because we are in our new building that we now own. This took 11 months, 3 or 4 different banks, tons and tons and tons of stress and financial documents and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But we finally have it. Yeah! Perseverance, time, and stress, add it all up, and now we have a 64,000 square foot space. I'm gonna be here every single day, working my ass off, doing construction. I don't know construction. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but here I am with my tool belt on, building some stuff, because I've got to get Shirt Launch in here and using this equipment so we can grow it. And eventually Hat Launch will be in here too, but we've got a lot of construction to do. T-minus 5 minutes. I'm gonna have a new building. This is where I signed for both of my houses that I've had and our current building, and now I'm signing here for our new building. $1.1 million. In the 11 months of finally closing and buying the property, we're going through the trials and tribulations of estimating and quoting out, having a construction company doing all of the improvements to the property. And when it came down to it, like, it was going to be a $2 million plus project versus spending $1.1 million to just buy the building outright. And it's a lot easier for me to close on a loan at $1.1 million versus $2.2 million. And all of the inspections and surveys and city approvals and all the shit that would have had to happen had we gone the construction route with the company would have meant we wouldn't have moved into this building until like next year sometime. And I just, for the sake of growing my businesses and how fast we grow, I have to be in this building as quickly as possible. So I bit the bullet and I said, screw it, no construction, buy the property as is, and I'm gonna get in here and bust my ass and do the work myself. And 99% of the time, that's how I'm gonna do things. I'm gonna ultimately be in control of timelines, budget, and the work. Personally, I enjoy construction, so it's fun. I have no past experience other than my own experience doing construction for my businesses. Our last building, I did all the remodeling there. It really is a really cool process, and I think it's a lot like programming. You build something and you use it and see it being used. And so right at the beginning of the year, actually a little bit before the start of the year, I acquired the screen print company and started up Shirt Launch. And since doing that, I took basically all of the processes and the code that I've written to operate Hat Launch and plopped it in place there. And that business is 7x'd, not quite 10x, but 7x itself, which is really cool. And we're doing some really cool shit over there with some really cool customers. In this building now, we have equipment to more than double our production capacity. So it's super important that we get in here and get this equipment operational, because we can literally double the Shirt Launch business overnight. That's a super exciting thing because we haven't really spent any money on advertising. We really haven't done much there, and I know it is just ready to get gas thrown on the fire and just really start to scale. So when I say I want to hit $10 million in revenue this year, I wanted to do that Hat Launch alone. I know by scaling up Shirt Launch next year, hell, we can probably do 5 million on Shirt Launch and 15 million in Hat Launch and do 20 million next year. I know all these things are possible with the right team, the right equipment, and my mindset of utilizing technology at every step of the way and creating new processes that don't exist to solve problems in the business to get us there. So with the growth in the business this year, we've hired a ton of people. We've got over 40 people now. but there's been some key hires that have happened this year that have really helped keep my foot on the gas and keep me doing the things that I'm best at and focusing on to grow and scale the business. And those two people, Danny, our Chief Operations Officer, and Tyler, our Chief Financial Officer. So hiring Danny as the COO, he's handling the people problems, the day-to-day operations at the building, and worrying about production and production capacity and all of those things. And Tyler, he's in the books, he's running the numbers, he's talking to the CPA, he's making sure things are being paid on time and paid before they're due instead of 30 days after they're due. That's what happened when I ran the books. Getting my head out of those problems and focusing on delegation, automation, and innovation at every step of the way in the business is what I'm good at and what I need to be focusing on. That allows me to focus on growing the business even more and hit those goals that I'm setting. There's still some stuff that I do on a day-to-day that I need to delegate and get off my plate, but that's going to come with time. The decision to hire these guys was not easy. The thought of pulling someone out of their great corporate jobs, and they both have families, and then basically putting them on my payroll at my business, not only is it risky and scary for them, it is super scary for me, knowing that they're taking this leap of faith, joining me in my little business, knowing that if they put the work in with me alongside me, that it's going to turn into something great.
When I looked at my setting in the corporate world, it was literally just this non-stop, mundane, complacent feeling, and there was such a lack of creativity and a lack of what's next, what do I want to develop into next.
The second I hired them, it's just like a light switch. I wish I had these guys when I first started this thing. Another really cool thing from this year is we've done shirts and hats. I mean, not only for tens of thousands of businesses across the United States, which that alone is awesome. Thank you to every single person that's bought stuff from us this year. But we've also done some shirts and hats for some really freaking cool people. Two people I just want to highlight really quick in this video because I love them both. CoffeeZilla. We did some shirts for CoffeeZilla. His channel is freaking amazing. I love the work he does exposing the scams on the internet. I want to do some of those videos at some point maybe. Another awesome person that we work with now is T-Pain. So we do a lot of stuff for T-Pain right now, and he is such a humble and down-to-earth guy. It's crazy to see T-Pain on social media wearing a shirt or a hat that we actually made and sent to him. So those are two cool people that I personally wanted to work with and sought out to make it happen. We've got some other really awesome high-profile people that we're not really comfortable talking about publicly yet. We don't want it to seem like we're abusing the relationship with them to gain notoriety or publicity, because that's not it. We actually do appreciate the partnership with them. At some point, hopefully they can name drop us so that we know that ice is broken. But until then, I'm gonna work in the shadows and do great work for these guys until the time has come that they say, hey, you guys can talk about us. Another huge moment from this year, I had my second daughter. So Rory was born in July. So yeah, we've got at this point, she's gonna be 5 months here pretty soon. We've got a newborn baby at home. So all of that fun stuff that comes along with that is going on at home too. So not only is my business just skyrocketing and going nuts, I have a baby at home too. So babies aren't an excuse. Kids aren't an excuse. You can do it. Trust me, I'm doing it. And with that baby comes my other baby in the form of businesses. Kodo is my parent company that I've spun up, that I am starting up other businesses to vertically integrate inside of Hat Launch and Shirt Launch. So vertically integrating is creating businesses that can operate and work alongside a business that you've already stood up. Kodo in Japanese means heartbeat or advanced. And when I look at any business venture I start out to do, the heartbeat is the nucleus of Hat Launch and Shirt Launch, which are these beasts and machines that I've created that we can feed, and figuring out other ways to feed them. And advanced is how I look at every problem in the business and use software and technology to solve the problems. Last but not least, I started a YouTube channel, and Chris Conradi is my producer. How freaking cool is that? The dude that I watched his videos that inspired me to get into e-commerce and do what I'm doing is now here as my producer, making videos to hopefully inspire other people to start their own businesses and be successful. That is the universe working and coming together in harmony. Listen, I know what you want to hear, but this is not a get-rich-quick story. So started out making the videos myself, like every good YouTuber does.
Today is the day to take control.
God, I remember the first time I sat down in front of the camera and tried to record a video by myself, just me and a camera. It was so bad.
My name is Robert, and I was
Googling how to get over it being bad, and what I kept hearing over and over again from all the people that have done it, just keep doing it and it gets better. And that's the video. 2023 was freaking awesome. 2024 is going to be insane, especially with this freaking awesome big ass building that we have here. It looks like crap right now, but we're gonna make it look really nice. Yeah, hats, shirts,